Salesforce.com is very good at tracking all of the interactions you may have with your customers, from phone calls to emails to things like customer service cases, and being able to report on all of this information. But oftentimes we want to track a little bit more information. Maybe from a professional services or customer service side, we'd like to have a timer to tell us how much time our reps are spending on a project or on a case. And out of the box, Salesforce.com does not have this functionality. However, there are applications on the App Exchange that can help in this matter. One of these applications is Timer Pro by eFactory. This is a free application that will work with Professional Edition and above that's going to allow you to track time spent on either standard or custom objects. So I'm going to install this into my production instance of Salesforce. Simply enter my username and password. And I can go through the terms and conditions to see what's being installed. Once I'm ready to install this, I enter my administrative password, and Salesforce will show me the package installation details. So I can see what's being created. In this case, I have some Visualforce page and components that are being added. I can go through this and then hit continue. Once I'm ready to install, I can determine who I want to have access to this particular package. Because this package is really going to be for my professional services and people who are running the cases, I'm going to select the security settings for particular profiles. I'm going to say that my solution manager is going to have full access, and my system administrator by default already does, but I don't need marketing or standard users to have access to this object. Once I'm ready to install this, I hit next and click install. Once the installation is complete, Salesforce will inform me that it has been set up. And now I can just simply add this new component right into my page layout. Now, as I mentioned, this object or this application can be put into any object, whether it's a custom object or standard object. And when I refer to objects, I simply refer to each of the campaigns, leads, accounts, anything that you can see the tab across the top. So in this situation, I really wanted to make my cases timeable. So I can go into my cases, go to the page layout, and I'm going to add this new component to my case page layout. First, I'm going to create a new section. I'm going to call this my timer, make it a one-column section. And now I can go to my Visualforce page and grab my new Timer Pro Visualforce component. Now, I happen to know that this will need to be modified as far as size goes, so we're going to just quickly change the properties and make the height a little bit higher so it can accommodate the entire page. Once I'm done, I hit save. Now I can go into my cases and I can see my timer object is ready to be used. There are a few features of this timer that we can use. I can first of all start with a different time. I can go in and round my time to a quarter hour, half hour, or a full hour to make sure that I know that my reporting is going to be accurate. When I'm ready to use this, I simply go in and start my timer. I select the subject, which of course can be very easily customized. I can go in and say this is a phone call, and this is a call with customer about billing. So I'll be able to set my timer and maybe round the time up to a quarter of an hour and jump to 15 minutes. Once I'm finished with this particular phone call, I hit save. So my timer session has been saved to Salesforce. You'll notice the activity history right now is empty. But if I go in to refresh my screen, I'll see my activity history. I can see the time of the phone call, the subject. I can drill into that subject. I know that the location was Timer Pro, so this was being timed. I can see the description information. And just like anything else in Salesforce, this is tracked as an event, which I can very easily customize. So when I go back into my case, I can now log a second call. Once I've completed this call, whatever the task may be, sending out an email, etc., I can now have that saved into my activity history. Again, a very simple application, but adds to the functionality of Salesforce and is a free application that you can download directly from the App Exchange. When you're ready to uninstall this, it's a very simple process of going back into Setup, and I can go to View Installed Packages and click Uninstall on the Timer Pro for App Exchange.